Hello, my name is Erica Murunji and welcome to Be Inspired by Erica. Hope you're fine and happy to be alive. God keep you, stay blessed, much love.
Don't miss on U24.
Sometimes because of the exposure we talked about in our previous episode, the sources, someone by the age of 18, they are so much exposed to sexual content, both online and offline. So when you talk about sexual purity, it is something very hard and some people will not understand you. So today I want to talk about why is it important? I mean, how can you convince me to be sexually pure? I need to test. I need to know how. When I'm still, I need to practice so that when I grow up and I start doing these things, I'm perfect at them. So why is it important for someone to be sexually pure?
Wow, I hear practice. I don't even know what you're practicing. But I really doubt there's anything you're practicing. You're practicing to do what? To raise the leg higher, to do what? Okay. You can learn on job, yes, and actually it's the better because you know best you're dealing with the right tool at the moment.
But even when you're working, they ask for working experience. So if you practiced when you're young, then you can.
You know you're going to do internship and they don't retain you.
I know.
I'm not advocating for those who are sleeping around because I believe there's so many, in a wicked world that we're in, people are having so many curses they're moving around with. You're going to carry along all those things. You do not know where they're coming from. I feel you can have your one partner and find the safest ways of being, you know.
U24. Don't miss on U24.
Now, to be honest with you, we are currently living in the best time to ever get rich online. And well, I assume that's why you're watching this video. Now, to some of you who may not know who I am, well, I'm Daniel Ashweze, a 24-year millionaire day trader, and I've been trading close to 5 years. I have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars entirely through trading. And more to that, I've been able to teach thousands of students to make money trading. Now, my purpose of doing this video is to teach you on how to start trading completely from scratch. I'll show you what to do straight from the beginning, and I'll also take you through the intermediate and lastly how you can actually be able to make money. And by the way, I'll also show you on how you can start with as less as $50. Now, without any further ado, let's get started with our course.
That time was the king of Uganda. The death took place at a time where there was only a way of politicians, and of course there's a court that was called the Uganda court, which would sit and of course decide. And of course Muwanga, by then, who was of course in charge of Uganda, did not like the matters because these people had faith. Do you know what it seems like to put you on fire? Like you're literally seeing this fire burning you live because of your faith in God, because of your Christianity. It marks about 140 years, I could say, ever since these martyrs were killed, and we celebrate them. We not only celebrate them in Uganda, but I also celebrate them in the Church of England. Now, my question is, or my question to my producer, Mosh, will be, would he truck or would he walk? If just to walk from here up to Kololo, you feel you're tired. Imagine people have walked from Kitgum. People have walked from Moroto. People have walked from Fort Portal. I have an uncle of mine. This gentleman walks every single day of Martyrs, which is of 3rd June. My uncle walks and goes to celebrate the Martyrs. But the good thing is he tells you the things that he has gotten from his walking to go to the Martyrs to celebrate them. He's received a lot. Also during the week, it doesn't mean that you can also celebrate your Martyrs on 3rd June. No, you can also wake up from your bed and go and celebrate the Martyrs every single day. The first time my mom took me to Namugongo Shrine, where where the celebrations are going to be, you see the pictures of the Martyrs every single day. The Martyrs are there, so you can go and pray. And also, today, the diocese that is going to be celebrating Martyrs Day is from Lugazi Diocese. We'll be telling you a little bit of history about this, but I do have a video that I would love you to watch, just in case you do not know who are the Martyrs and what are the Martyrs. I'm going to be playing this short clip for you, and of course when we'll come back, we'll be talking more about the Martyrs, and because we are celebrating Martyrs Day, and this is going to be happening on the 3rd of June, and it is a public holiday. The question everyone would be asking would be is, why is 3rd June celebrated in Uganda? Of course, 3rd June is celebrated in Uganda as Martyrs Day, a national public holiday where there were 45 young men who were martyred for their faith. My question would be to you, do you have faith? Can you die for your faith? Can you die for your faith? Some people some people think it's a joke that we celebrate Martyrs Day. Others go to Namugongo just, to eat, drink, get drunk, and also do funny things. But the whole point is we go to pray and also get to know who our martyrs are. Now, those martyrs both were Catholics and Anglicans, as I told you before. They were killed on the orders of Kabaka Mwanga II of Uganda between 1885 and 1887. Now, the annual celebration held on 3rd June is a time to remember and of course honor the courage and the faith of the martyrs, and it is whereby people do trek all over the world to go and celebrate Martyrs Day. And also the theme of this Martyrs Day is implementing God's goodness by doing good. What have you done, you as a person? What good things have you gotten when you walk? Today, I was supposed to be joined by a reverend who would be talking to us why is Martyrs Day celebrated, but he has been caught up in jam, and I guess he's on his way, or he's trying to delay. Now, the theme is implementing God's goodness by doing good gigs. Now, the theme will be used for both the Anglicans and, of course, the Catholics as we do celebrate the Martyrs Day, which is going to be taking place in Uganda Martyrs Shrine, Namugongo. This is a place, if you are going there, please, I would urge you to be very careful and, of course, be aware. There are also those people who go of course, to pray, but also there are people who go to, steal and read properties. Now, Saint Chizito is one of the martyrs that was killed, and he was killed between 1872 and that was on the 3rd of June and 1886. Also, he was known as Kizito Omuto, who was one of the youngest martyrs by then, who was killed on the orders of Kabaka Mwanga too. Now, everyone looks at this young man and say, would me to be killed because of my faith? No, I cannot do that. Well, there are people who can die because they have faith. And there's a saying in the Bible that if you have faith, it can move a mountain. Have you ever realized that when you wake up in the morning and you say a word of prayer, if you do not have, you receive? And also, the act is, knock and the door shall be opened. So sometimes when someone knocks on your door, he might be coming in as a martyr just for you to help them. And if you do not help them, it becomes you become the problem. Now, of course, celebrations, Martyrs' Day is always celebrated in a memory of the people that were killed. Now, Martyrs' Day, something that is also very, 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 very important is the Uganda martyrs who were killed on the orders of Kabaka Mwanga. By then, they were young. We have told you we have one of the youngest one who was Kizito. He was a very young man and he was killed. Well, these people were tortured to death. You can't believe they set fire on your body and you still have faith to say, no, I am going to die for my for my God. Well, you can follow us on our Facebook page, which is U24, but also we are live on our YouTube page, which is U24 Television UG. And of course, we are talking about Martyrs' Day. What are the lessons that you have learned, you as a Christian, on Martyrs' Day? What are those good deeds you have done? I keep on asking myself today morning as I was, coming to work, and people are on the road giving water to these people who are walking. My dear, you cannot walk from Kitgum. I looked at the also very young children, very young kids, girls. I looked at them and I'm like, oh my God, is this possible? Now, where they're going to celebrate the martyrs from, there's a bit of a lake. Sometimes people would go there to get water, and of course they had to close the place. And it's very deep. Meanwhile, it's just in case you have children that you're coming with, you go with them to celebrate Martyrs' Day, you have to be very, very careful. Now, if you look on your screens, the pictures that are moving are the pictures of the martyrs that were burnt to death on the orders of Kabaka Mwanga. These people bled, these people were beaten, these people were tortured. They were not fed food, but still they looked at themselves and said, no, we are going to die for our God. Now, the Uganda martyrs stories are very, very important. Why are they important? Because from these stories, we learn faith, we learn courage, we learn to be courageous. And of course, it is also important that you stand firm in your faith. And also, forgiveness. Okay, we have to learn how to forgive. And of course, there are very many things that we do, and at certain points we don't forgive. You can see on our screens already what is happening in Namugongo. Lines and lines of people are there. The security is tight. People are walking in. People are coming to celebrate their God. Someone today, we're here in the studios. Today I have a producer who is a lady, and she asked something very important. She asked, Martyrs, is a shrine? Is it a shrine? Are you sure? I'm like, yes, it is a shrine because we got to, like, how about the other one? And I'm like, well, it is also called a shrine. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, it is, because we celebrate. So there's no difference between the other side, but the other side, people do the wrong things. This side, we go to praise the Lord. We go to pray. And when you kneel down and you pray, whatever you ask for is, is answered by this. And of course, the holy martyrs are men and women, and of course, often very young, who sacrifice their lives for the love of God. And this is the reason why they do walk. Now, Lugazi Diocese is the one this time in charge of the matters at this other side of the Catholics, and of course also the other side of the Anglicans. We are going to be having the Reverend that retired, Luke Orombi, who will be leading the service for the Anglicans. But of course this side we are going to be having the Bishop of Lugazi Diocese, who will be leading the Mass for the Catholic people. And of course the Lugazi Diocese is going to start to walk this very Saturday. They'll be setting off from Lugazi about 2 p.m. because they want to make sure they arrive in Namugongo tomorrow, which is Sunday, because the people who will be there are going for prayers, and of course they want to be able to lead Mass. There are going to be beautiful songs that are going to be sung during that time. I wish my producer Mosh would get some of those songs and some of the choirs that are going to be leading this side of the Catholic side, and of course the other side of the Anglicans. We're talking to some of the few people that are going to be singing in the choirs, and of course our questions were like, how does it feel like for you to stand in front of 10,000 or more than 10,000 people to sing for them? And guess what? These people were very, very happy. One of them said she has been longing to go and sing in Namugongo for as long as 23 years. And guess what? It has happened. Her prayers has been answered, and she is among the people that is going to be singing. Well, the choirs are going to be looking very beautiful. Trust me, they're going to be singing praising songs. We're also going to be having delegates from all over the country that will be coming in to celebrate. We normally have the wife of the late Julius Nyerere, who, they're still praying hard that this gentleman who died many years ago can become a saint. But it's a process when you are becoming a saint. It's a very, very big process. This lady comes in from Nairobi every 3rd of June. She comes to celebrate Martyrs Day. She comes so that she is praying for the husband to become a saint. She has been coming to Uganda Martyrs to celebrate along with other people Martyrs Day. We're going to be having also the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who is always there to grace this occasion. But in case he doesn't come, we do have delegates. We do have the Right Speaker of Parliament. She will also be there. We do have the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, who will also be there. We have members of Parliament. We have literally everyone in this country to go there. But the question is, if you are going to Namugongo and you're thinking of driving, I would tell you there's only going to be the VVIP that are going to be able to access the drive-through. The rest of us are going to be walking. So just in case you want to go, it's better you leave on Monday and you go sleep there so that you can celebrate the Martyrs. When you look on your TV set, pictures that are moving all over are the pictures of what is happening right now in Namugongo. Of course, the choirs are singing, there's still people that are walking, that are being received, and every person that has walked to come to Namugongo is being registered. And the question is, why are they being registered? Because some people disappear, some people get lost, some are children. You're walking with your children, but when people are very many, these children tend to just run around and they can get lost. So everyone who is coming in as a martyr to celebrate their martyrs, they're being registered because they want to know the number of people that are there, and to also give them privileges of knowing where they're going to sleep and how they're going to sleep. Now, Martyrs Day is the day that we do celebrate every 3rd of June. And of course, in Christianity, a martyr is a person who was killed for their testimony for Jesus or for faith. We'll be taking a very short break, and of course when we come back we'll be talking more about Martyrs Day. But if you look very closely to our screens, the pictures of the martyrs, how they were tied, how they were tortured, how they were burnt are going on. And also we're trying to give you a very clear picture of what is happening in Namugongo this very morning. Remember, the green track is there just in case you're going to Namugongo. You have to use an other or alternative. And also people who are driving, let's be very cautious on the road. Let let's give respect to these people who have walked miles and miles. Just in case a traffic officer stops you so that the people can cross, kindly stop and let them cross. Let's go for a very short break. When we come back, we'll be still talking about Martyrs Day.
Don't miss on U24.
Sometimes because of the exposure we talked about in our previous episode, the sources, someone by the age of 18, they are so much exposed to sexual content, both online and offline. So when you talk about sexual purity, it is something very hard, and some people will not understand you. So today I want to talk about why is it important? I mean, how can you convince me to be sexually pure? I need to test. I need to know how. When I'm still, I need to practice so that when I grow up and I start doing these things, I'm perfect at them. So why is it important for someone to be sexually pure?
Wow, I hear practice. I don't even know what you're practicing. But I really doubt there's anything you're practicing. You're practicing to do what? To raise the leg higher, to do what? Okay. You can learn on job, yes, and actually it's the better because you know you're dealing with the right tool at the moment.
But even when you're working, they ask for working experience. So if you practiced when you're young, then you can.
You know you're going to do internship and they don't retain you.
I know.
I'm not advocating for those who are sleeping around, because I believe there's so many, in a wicked world that we're in, people are having so many curses they're moving around with. You're going to carry along all those things. You do not know where they're coming from. I feel you can have your one partner and find the safest ways of being, you know.
Short break. My name is Sheila Kahonde. Of course, I'm your host of this very important talk show, which we call One on One. And of course, you can follow us on our Instagram page. You can follow us on our YouTube page, which is U24 Television, also on Facebook. And let's tag along together. We're talking about Martyrs Day, and of course, Martyrs Day is going to be celebrated on the 3rd of June, this very coming new month. I don't know if we're already in the new month, not yet. But to everyone, I wish you a happy new month that is coming along. And of course, we here as U24, we're going to be live from Namugongo. We'll be giving you whatever is happening in Namugongo. A little bit on your screens, they're showing you what is exactly the picture that is happening right now in Namugongo. The numbers are full. The place is full. So just in case you're coming, make sure you hold it tight so that you do not lose it. Well, since Martyrs Day is going to be happening on Tuesday and it is a public holiday, we are going to be giving you live feed from Namugongo. I myself will be there and the team will be giving you exactly what is happening on the ground. But I will leave you with the question that is, would you die for your faith? Would you walk for your faith? Would you be beaten, killed, tortured, not given anything to eat and drink because of your faith? Well, that is in you. But I will leave you with some few words of the Lugazi Diocese. The bishop is very ready for the Mass on Tuesday. Also, the other side of ours, which is the Anglican, the retired Reverend Bishop Rock Orombi will also be there to lead you through the service. This side we call it Mass. And of course, on the other side of the Anglicans, we do call it service. So all that will be happening. We'll be giving you live feeds of what is happening in Namugongo. I, for one, will be there and I will be reporting live from there. For now, I would say God bless you and make sure you give way to the people that are coming in Namugongo. Make sure you give them water, just in case you stay around that area. Give water to these people. It will be a very good sign that you have welcomed them, because these are people that have worked for their faith. If you have failed to walk, a little bit of water can do from your pockets. Have yourselves a very good afternoon. There's another show that is coming in, which is called Fresh and Clean. If you want to listen to, you know, that beautiful music of Let's Go Dancing, I mean, they are music, not our music. Some of us are old. We love all this, which they don't play. But in case you want some beautiful music, it's all going to be lined up on Fresh and Clean, and they'll be playing for you some beautiful ballads and, of course, good songs. For me, I will be back here on Tuesday, and, of course, I'll be reporting live from Namgongo to tell you more about Martyrs Day. Have yourself a very, very good morning, and remember, when you're coming in town, just be careful, because also the rules have been put in place. 30 kilometers of driving, so please do not rush. Your life matters. Have a blessed day.